I have a couple fixed blades I want to do a review on for you. These are the Schrade SCH34, or excuse me, SCH34 and SCH35. Now, these knives are actually a little bit hard to find. I'm surprised. Some of the other fixed blades from Schrade are all over the internet, all, you know, at the dealers and everything, but these ones are a little bit hard to find. I could actually not find the 35 for sale, and it's unfortunate because this is the one that I like even more with that nice recurved blade, and this is the one I use more for the testing purposes for this review. However, if you're interested in this design, the SCH34, you can find this at a couple of the dealers. I think Blade HQ's got it on there for like 37 bucks or so. You're going to see them for less than 45 pretty much anywhere you go, but the 35 is just a little bit hard to find. Don't know why. But anyway, we're going to leave the 34 in the background. You can see that it's a recurved tanto. It's definitely just badass looking. I like the look of this, but just in using the knives, this one obviously is a little bit better of a design. Inherently, that curve really aids in slicing. A nice recurved blade is a very good performing blade. Not to say this one, you know, can't cut stuff. Obviously, it cuts very well, but this one is going to be a little bit harder for people to sharpen and maintain that edge just because of the grind pattern. But again, 34, 35. All right. So there you go. So we're going to put this in the background here. Talk a little bit about the sheaths. Same sheath style as a lot of the other fixed blades, at least the smaller ones. You know, it has its inherent issues, but nothing too crazy. I think there's excessive material. Could have been, I mean, it's a fold-over design, but the spine of the blade could have been right up against here, and you could have had a smaller sheath by just going, you know, basically the eyelet width past that blade. But really, it's not that big of a deal. There's a lot of these produced at one time, so, you know, you'll get a little bit better detail in some of the custom stuff. When you're talking about way more inexpensive knives or affordable knives, you know, there's something just to be expected, but it works totally fine. It is swappable for left or right side carry. Okay, carries in the vertical position here. What I do like about these sheaths a lot is the fact that they're such a nice tight fit. Okay, they snap right in there. You know, as most of us know, the sheaths are obviously molded to the knives. Now with these particular designs, you can see these handles, they kind of mimic a buffalo horn handle, but they are G10, and there's a lot of little ridges, a lot of detail, okay? And the more detail you have over here in your fixed blade, the tighter your fit is gonna be because the molding, there's more nooks and crannies to kind of hold on to. This almost looks see-through, okay? There's the blade, okay, as it goes in the sheath. You can see how it's molded nicely in here. Just a really, really nice fit. So although there's other sheath styles I like more, this is probably one of the best fits. I mean, it's just, there's no wiggle room at all. No noise, perfect setup. And I also like just the very simple fact that there's the extra material on the outside so you can use your thumb to push out. I just recently did a review and I was talking about how that other sheath did not have that. And it's something simple, but it's something we all miss when we don't get it, all right? So you'll be able to assist that blade out since it's a nice strong lockup. So that is the deal with the sheaths. Give you some specs real quick on these. They're both identical other than the blade style. We got 3.5-inch blades here, 8 CR13 MOV. I've talked to this steel before. Not the best steel in the world, but definitely capable. You will need to maintain your edge, you know, strop it up and eventually sharpen up. It's a little bit on the softer side, but these came razor sharp out of the box. I was very surprised, you know, the quality of the factory edge. Very cool. 0.12 inches thick on these. The handles are it's 4.5 inches long, and there's G10 scales. Okay, like I said, it kind of mimics a like a buffalo horn pattern, but it is G10, and they're very you know, ridged. Obviously, you can see that. You're looking at them. The weight on here is 6.16 ounces, and it is 8 inches overall. Now, these handle scales, I love the way they look. I like the way they feel. The downside to these, and again, this is something that you just don't know until you actually get out there and use your knives. The fact that the scales are just slightly smaller than the tang, okay, obviously full tang here. It sticks out the bottom, and you know, Schrade says that it extends out, you know, to be used, you know, for smashing and hammering and stuff. It's nice to have an exposed pommel, totally for that. You can see there's a little lanyard hole on there. I get that, and that's an A+ here, but where you get points off is the fact that the scales are a little short to the frame of the knife, let's call it. The actual tang is exposed all the way around. As you can see, if I hold it straight on, you could see that metal. Okay, now that wouldn't be all that big of a deal, but all the texturing here creates a very, I wouldn't say it's sharp, but it's sharper than I would have liked. If these scales were rounded before they were put on the knife, or perhaps if they matched up with the actual tang, it just would have a different feel. But because the tang is goes past the scales a little bit, these edges are felt, okay, and the spine is felt with hard use, okay. Grab the knife out of the box, cool. Cutting some cardboard, yeah, it's awesome. But get out there, start doing some wood processing. Really get hands-on with this knife. You're going to find some hot spots from that. It's a little bit of a downer. Probably one of the only major negatives to this knife is that with really, really hard use, barehanded, you're going to find that it's getting uncomfortable, particularly up here, top of the palm. The jimping on here is fantastic. Really, really nice. It's aggressive. Doesn't hurt, but it's very, very aggressive. You're not going to slip. So all the people who have those pet peeves of not having, functional jimping, this one will certainly make you happy. It'll give you a big smile on that face. Personally, I don't care all that much about jimping, but we all know that. But yeah, that's the major downside, obviously, with both these knives, was that with lots of hard use, it got uncomfortable. Now I use this one way more than I use this one. And what's really cool is it's very hard to tell with those finishes. These have this acid wash, very cool effect on there. It's almost like the post-apocalyptic, era of knives. It's just very cool looking. It's basically like the black wash. I think maybe it's black coated and then stone washed afterwards or whatever. So it kind of gives this kind of beat up black look to it. Super, super cool. It doesn't show any kind of wear. It's very smooth too. You could feel that. It feels, like glass. So huge fan of the finish. The knife designs overall, both the knives I think are very cool looking. Nice, capable, smaller fixed blades. For the under $40 price tag. They are made in China. They're made overseas. But the quality's there, I think, with these. And I think the price is right. You get your money's worth with these. I would definitely recommend this one for functionality over this one, although this one's pretty badass looking. Ain't gonna lie, I just like the looks of this more. So if you're one of those people that are kind of like, you buy knives to collect them and you just want to, some cool looking ones, put them in the display case, show your friends, whatever, this might be the better option. And it's gonna be more easily found. But if you're one of the people that really just want to get out there and use them, I think you'd be a lot happier with the SCH35 here as opposed to the 34. But super cool. I like them. I would definitely, I would recommend these knives, more particularly this one. Unfortunately, like I said, it's a little bit hard to find, but if you happen to run across it, for $36, $37, I'd pick it up. It's a cool one to throw in the collection. Not the best knife out there, but certainly not the worst. It's not even in the category of, poor knives. I think you're getting a lot for your money here. Schrade in general has been very impressive. Last year, and I'm very much excited to see what they have to offer in 2015. Just really stepped up their game, and they have so many different offerings too. It's pretty cool as a company, just seeing the growth, and the new owners they just really know what they're doing, and having a chance to meet them at SHOT Show, and then see them again at Blade Show last year in 2014. You could see the passion. And not to name other people, but going around and seeing a bunch of different knife companies and meeting a bunch of different suit and ties. A lot of times they didn't even know what their products were. Just basic stuff. Schrade was probably the most impressive of all the companies, and just being right there, with the users, talking about their stuff, and they have a passion for it. So super cool. So that's all. That's my review on our double review on the SCH34 and SCH35. Small fixed blades. They're very cool knives. So that's all. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Take care.